to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Supajong Suwan. Red Shirt supporters will hold their first gathering in front of Parliament tomorrow, and police are optimistic that there will be no clashes between protesters of different groups. And despite the Constitution Court's suggestion that Parliament should wait for the court to consider if the Constitution Amendment breaches the law, the Secretary of the House insists that the legislative branch has the authority to move forward with the Constitution Amendment debate. According to the current Constitution, senators and MPs are the only people permitted to use legislative power to amend the country's constitution. Therefore, the idea of having a Constitution Drafting Assembly, or Sorat in Thai, to reconstruct and revise the Constitution is viewed by the Constitution Court as having a chance of breaching the law. The Constitutional Court is asking the House to wait before holding a debate on the matter. In the case, the court finds the Constitution Draft Assembly against the law. However, Pitun Phumhiran, Secretary of the House, insists that the House Speaker and government MPs have the authority to move forward with the Constitution Amendment debate despite the court's warnings. And political analysts are speculating that the Pheu Thai majority in the House will ensure that the constitutional amendment passes. Tomorrow, Red Shirt supporters will gather at Parliament not to support the Constitution Amendment nor support the controversial reconciliation bills, but to collect 20,000 names to remove the constitutional judges who say that having a Constitutional Drafting Assembly to revise the Constitution may be against the law. Tida Thawan said, leader of the Red Shirts, claimed that there will be no violence from her protesters. Meanwhile, at the other end of the political spectrum, the Yellow Shirt protester spokesperson Pantepong Puapan says Yellow Shirt protesters will not take to the streets unless less just laws or the reconciliation bills are put up for the House consideration. Amending the Constitution alone will not provoke the Yellow Shirts to move. Last week, the People's Alliance for Democracy, or the PAD, said they will camp in front of the government house for a long stay if there are any laws debated or voted on which may allow former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra to come home as a free man. The German ambassador to Thailand has confirmed his country's confidence in Thailand's economic prospects despite ongoing political instability. And meanwhile, the president of the German-Thai Chamber of Commerce said that Thailand remains a leading investment destination, but he said that he believes that the country still has many challenges to address. Here's more from Bandit Gert Bandit.
Yesterday, the German embassy in Thailand celebrated the 150th anniversary of diplomatic ties between the two countries. At this auspicious event, the German ambassador to Thailand assured those attending that the renewed political unrest is not yet hurting Thailand as an attractive investment destination.
What I can say as far as Germany is concerned, yes, there is the confidence in the further political development of this country, and we are in the middle of our jubilee year of 150 years of diplomatic relations. We are seeing a marked increase in bilateral contacts, and I can assure you the German government, the German people, we stand side by side with Thailand to solve the open questions which are there right now.
Still, despite its strategic location in ASEAN, sound basic infrastructure, and reputable manufacturing capabilities, Thailand's challenges remain.
Problem number one is, are we capable to supply the workers? Secondly, the engineers. And thirdly, when ASEAN is coming in 2050, is Thailand ready with the English language? Because between the ASEAN countries, English will be the common language, and there I think we have to do a lot.
Despite last year's challenges, both political and natural, German companies made direct investments in Thailand of approximately 2.9 billion US dollars. Additionally, the two countries enjoyed total bilateral trade worth 10 billion US dollars in 2011, a 13% increase year on year. Germany's exports to Thailand account for 30% of the total European Union exports, making it by far Thailand's biggest trading partner within the EU. This is Bandit Gert Bandit, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Bandit. And while politics are getting colorful by the color of shirts of protesters, Vice Chairman of the Economics and Logistics Committee told our Dr. Rungtip Chotnapalai that the government should focus more on a bigger problem in the bigger picture, that is, solving high cost of living, since he believes that political instability has minimal impact on the economy.
I think that for the conflict of our nation had many defects of this exporter, for the tourism, for the stock market,
right,
and for the investment. Not too good for our country, because we have in case the political conflict make our more the cost of our cost of our country higher. Please. I please to our government, and not only for the opposite side, for the many people in our country. Our country is too high. I think that economy is must be to continue. Okay, I think that political is important, but I think that political now is still keep still.
And the latest rounds of heavy rain in Ranong province have led to massive floods across the province. Authorities have already declared the province a disaster zone and are asking locals to watch out for more flash floods and landslides expected tonight and tomorrow. 5 districts of Ranong province, including Mueang, Kraburi, Laun, Kaper, and Suk Samran, have already been declared disaster zones as they were hit by flash floods due to heavy rain over the past few days. Ranong province is the region which has the longest rainy season, starting in May and not ending until December. It is also located on low-lying land, and the Kraburi River passes through the province. But this year's flood is worse than previous years due to the forest encroachment by the private sectors. The palm, rubber tree, and coffee plantations in Ranong province have been severely damaged by the floods, and the trees that have fallen are preventing water from flowing out, which is worsening the situation. The authorities have put local people on flash flood and landslide alert as they are expected tonight and tomorrow. The Meteorological Department says an active southwest monsoon remains across the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. Scattered to fairly widespread thundershowers are likely over all of the country, with isolated very heavy falls in the south. People in risk areas in the foothills and near waterways should be aware of potential flood conditions, especially in the provinces of Chumpon, Surat Thani, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Ranong, Phang-nga, Phuket, Krabi, and Trang. Myanmar's democracy icon told the press back at home that there was no reason that her trip to Thailand last week should have made the Burmese president unhappy, as has been reported. Here's more from Hugh Adams.
Aung San Suu Kyi's trip to Thailand last week, her first trip abroad for 30 years, certainly made waves at the international level. Her presence at the World Economic Forum on East Asia grabbed the international press's attention and dominated the front pages. However, General Tien Sien, who was also scheduled to attend the WEF 2012 in Bangkok, decided not to come and didn't offer any reason why. Myanmar officials said he was busy with affairs back home. This caused political analysts to speculate that Suu Kyi's visit had displeased the Burmese president. But the democracy icon told the press in Rangoon that she did nothing to annoy authorities during her visit.
I did anything that could make anybody in Burma unhappy, because what I did was to release migrant workers and those officials in Thailand who are responsible for the migrant worker situation, and we discussed matters of mutual benefit. In the same way, when I went to see the refugee camp in Milan, we also, how do you pronounce it in Thailand? What's the correct Thai pronunciation? Myla, that's all. In Myla, we had very fruitful discussions, and I do not think that my activities there could in any way affect the situation of Burmese people adversely.
Aung San Suu Kyi spent 15 of the last 22 years confined under house arrest by the former military regime. during which time she occasionally spoke to the outside world through audio and video messages. She was granted freedom after Burma held elections in 2010 and was elected to Parliament in April this year. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
The Land Transport Federation of Thailand agreed to decrease the cost of transport services by 5% if the price of diesel, which is now a little less than 30 baht a litre, continues its downward trend for the next 15 days. If the price of diesel remains on a downward trend for the next 15 days, the Land Transport Federation of Thailand revealed that it is ready to bring down transport costs by 5% to reflect its true cost. As of today, diesel is priced at 29 baht 53 stang per litre. The continuing decline in the price of diesel is thought to be due to the general world economic slowdown, as well as increased concerns over whether Greece is to leave the Eurozone. The Federation's planned reduction in transport prices will have an effect on 1 million vehicles, including light trucks and pickups. Still, it is urging the government to address the rising costs of auto parts, particularly car tires and batteries, since prices of raw materials like cassava have in fact decreased. Mukdahan officials arrested an interstate dog trafficking gang attempting to ship approximately 400 dogs to neighboring Laos. The investigation revealed that the suspects already had criminal records. A border patrol unit and Mukdahan police seized about 400 dogs being transported on 4 pickup trucks on the banks of the Mekong River in Wanyai district. Early this morning, the smugglers were attempting to transport the canines across the river to Laos, where they were captured. The police arrested Mr. Panom Praprata, a Mahasarakam native, and he is being further questioned by the authorities. Chanwit Wasiyangkul, the Mukdahan provincial governor, said that since these smugglers have already taken part in smuggling before, they should face the maximum punishment to deter them and others from committing this crime again. As for the dogs, they will be taken to a shelter in Khemara district in Ubon Ratchathani. And finally, the government is now preparing to celebrate the better-than-expected performance and success of the Thai national futsal team after they finished first runner-up at the Asian level. Losing to Japan 6-1 in the finals of the Asian Futsal Competition 2012 was actually much better than many Thai fans had ever expected. The government will now give the team a boost with 3 million baht in cash and continued support. The PM herself will be hosting a celebration party for the team on the 14th of this month. The Thai coach of the Thai futsal team believes much more success lies ahead for the Thai futsal team.
I think Thailand has in the futsal team a team that can show the world that we have a very good team, and I hope that we all succeed in November to reach that target. And once again, thanks till so far to everybody, and I hope this is the first step, and the second step must be followed. Thank you.
Following the competition, the players will split up to play for their universities and international clubs and will regroup for a friendly match against Spain, the World Futsal Champions, in late August. Good luck to the Thai team. That's all the time we have for tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Super Junklin Suwan saying good night for now. Swadee krap.